Hello, I'm Elgato, and everyone is excited to get their hands on the Aquatic update right now, and it seems like a lot of the reasons for that tend to revolve around the mobs. Everyone's excited the fact that this update actually has dolphins, people are excited that this update has the first mob which was voted on by the community, but did you know this update actually has the most mobs of any update in Minecraft's history by quite a long margin. That's right, the most mobs, and it's not just that it's a small number, there are actually more than 20 mobs inside this update. There's significantly more than 20, you can actually argue, and today we'll be talking about how many mobs there are because the number will blow your mind. No matter what number you're thinking right now, it's higher than that, and let me explain how and why that is in today's video, which I hope you do enjoy. The best way to let me know that is to like the video because it helps the channel, lets me know you want to see more stuff like this. But let's get straight into talking about exactly what is going on with these new mobs, because there isn't just a couple of new mobs in this update, there's a lot more. So let me just clarify, I'm talking about 1.13 right now, the Aquatic update, because the Aquatic update on Bedrock is going to be split into several updates, but the 1.13 update for Minecraft PC is going to include the dolphins, you know, the brand new mob that you can follow, you can grab onto, they'll take you to treasure, really exciting by itself. It's going to include turtles, which are of course a mob which, you know, bring with them the turtle shells pieces, the turtle eggs, and the ability to make brand new potions. It's going to bring the first player created mob in the game ever, the Phantom. This was a mob voted on by the people and kind of influenced by the people itself through the snapshots. And then finally we have the Drowned, which is essentially an underwater zombie, but it's really exciting in and of itself. So these are four unique different mobs, all having something to do with the oceans or the update, kind of besides mob B or the Phantom. But the interesting thing about these four mobs is it's actually 5 mobs, because although the Drowned has a bunch of different variations, such as with the trident, with a fishing rod, etc, there is also a version of this mob which I would say invariably counts as its own mob because it is the baby Drowned. The baby Drowned is entirely different to the adult Drowned in terms of all its behaviors above water. It goes a little faster below water, and it has different values for everything, and which, you know, because it has a different model, different values, and is effectively a different mob, that counts as 5 different mobs right there in this update, which is, you know, actually kind of cool by itself. But then you're thinking, okay, 5 mobs, Toycat, you said 20, and then you maybe hinted over 3,000. What's the deal with that then? So the reason that it's over 20, the reason it's over 3,000 is because there is also brand new fish in this update. So there is cod, which is a brand new type of fish. There is salmon, a brand new type of fish, which is actually going to be swimming for the first time. There is, of course, the puffer fish, 3 fishes that we've already seen. That brings us up to 8 mobs, but we're still a long way short of 3,000, and this video isn't going to last for 3,000 hours. So what is the deal with the other, you know, like 12 fish that we need to get to 20? Well, the simple answer to this question is that the clownfish, which was a item that existed before this update, has not been turned into its own fish in the sea, or it kind of has, but it's not the only fish you'll find in the sea in place of the clownfish. Although the clownfish kind of exists as one vague mob, it actually exists as many different mobs. So let me explain this one in depth, because the number of mobs that the clownfish exists as in this update is really insane. So the clownfish can exist as one of 22 most common varieties of fish. These are the ones you'll find in the sea most of the time. 90% of all fish you'll see in the sea will look like one of these. This is 22 individual variants of the clownfish, and if we add that to our current total, which is of course going to be 8, then that brings us up to 30 brand new unique mobs which you will find in this update. And given that they all look different, given that they all have slightly different behaviors, different spawn places, etc, with it going as far as the fact that they actually only spawn in groups with their own little type of fish, and given that if you're going to have an aquarium and you want to collect all the types of fish, these just count as different fishes. Like, visually speaking, these are exciting tropical exotic fish. That means that there are 30 brand new mobs in this update that you will encounter frequently, because you're going to come across mob B every now and then, you're going to come across turtles, you're going to come across dolphins, and you're going to come across a lot of these types of fish on a fairly regular basis. The crazy thing about this update though is that, you know, just saying 30 types of fish is not where this ends, because 30 brand new mobs is only counting the mobs which you'll encounter on a very frequent basis, as in, you know, like if you explore for an hour, you'd find all 30 types most likely. However, there are a bunch of other types of fish that you can in fact find. So the tropical fish, despite having 22 common varieties, actually spawns in a whole different amount, and because a lot of people are collectors, a lot of people want to see every mob in the update, or want to maybe even collect them in their own aquarium. How exactly do that? How do you find that? Well, let's just say that although these are the 22 most common types, you can get mutations of fish. So there is a 1 in 10 chance of every tropical fish group to spawn that won't follow this normal guideline of having 22 common varieties, but it will instead spawn as its own custom variety of fish. And because custom varieties have a bunch of different permutations to them, there's a lot of different variations you can get. So to turn this into a bit of a mini math craft, there are 2 different types of fish you can find. There is a kind of rectangular type, and then there's the squarey triangle type you can see right here. 2 different varieties of fish in terms of shape, but then each of those 2 types of fish has 15 colors, so you can get 15 individual colors for the, you know, the base of the fish, the majority of the fish, and then you can get 6 different patterns for any of those 15 colors, for any of those 2 different types. You know, like as you can see right here, there's the stripes, there's the kind of vaguely blended thing, there's the diagonal stripes, there's lots of different patterns patterns you can get, and then those patterns can come in their own 15 colors. Again, the kind of Minecraft color spectrum, and if you multiply 2 by 15 by 6 by 15 to give you every single individual outcome that could end up there, there are 2,700 individual types of fish that you can find in the Minecraft ocean. Finding every single one of them is the most intense challenge you'll come across, and sorting, 2,700 types of fish is something near impossible, but there is a real challenge in here. There is a crazy challenge in trying to find all of those fish, and I love that by itself. But then also, on top of that, there is also commands or cheats which you can use to actually access the other types of fish that aren't available right there, because there actually are fish you can find without patterns if you generate them with commands. There are fish that you can find that have black as their color, not one of the default ones, and you can also obviously combine that with all the different types, which means there are 404 non-legit or command-only types of fish that you can add on top of that. They're really boring fish. They're just black and white. Honestly, they look like prototype fish, if I'm being brutally honest, but if we count those 404 fish, because they do exist in the update, they are full-on mobs, they are unique, and they can exist, using the base game, not even having to inject code. That gives us a total number of 2,700 natural fish, 404 non-natural fish, and then, depending on our little count right here, about 30 other different types of mob, which means we're counting over 3,100 unique types of mobs in this update. So is Minecraft 1.13 the biggest update ever in terms of mobs? Well, I think actually by a long shot. Even if you counted like, oh yeah, zombies with armor is different, even if you count that sort of stuff in different updates, this is still the most. And if you just count it against regular mobs in an update, this is 1,000 times more mobs than we've ever seen in any other Minecraft update, which means that, yeah, 1.13, pretty big deal if you like new mobs, and I hope you all enjoyed this video explaining that and letting you know why it's a big deal, because the fish thing is something I've wanted to explain for a while. It's something I feel like is the ultimate challenge, and I want to know if you ever are going to embark upon it, either after the update comes out, or maybe even right now in the betas. Let me know, because even in creative, it would be near impossible. In survival, it's one of those things where I feel like it's the definition of insanity, like going after something so big. But let me know if you intend to do it, and let me know if you ever succeed, because I will, I don't know, give you a medal, or like at least a pretend internet medal, and say, well done, man, that was a bit crazy. And yeah, that's what a prize, right? So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something about new mobs. I'm really excited about the update to Aquatic, and I'm also really excited to deliver these information videos. It's been a while since I've done these, again, a little bit of Mathcraft, a little bit of the top 5 stuff, but that is going to be coming back for the update to Aquatic, and you can expect to see that in the very, very near future. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Turn on notifications, by the way, because, it feeds the wife and kids. They starve if you don't. Anyway, goodbye.